All right, lovely souls. I am hopping on here today because this week has been a really beautiful week. I've had some really cool opportunities come my way, and the alignment of what is going on energetically, I feel like is almost too juicy not to share. So I wanted to take the time to make a little video to share with you guys about what I've been sensing in hopes that, it might connect with some of you and maybe we can share in this energy together. Leave a comment, let me know if this resonates. If you have any experience to share with me, any relation, or any update for me, because I'm very curious what we're all feeling during this really potent, powerful time. So, some exciting things have happened. Number one, the first interesting synchronicity that kind of came in that really felt like spirit talking to me through daily life. And I think I talked to you guys about this a little bit before, is the water. The water has been, for lack of better word, basically screaming at me, though I don't believe she's much of a screamer, but she has been working to get my attention all last week. So this week, I've been trying my best to really listen to what she has to say, to do the things I need to do to drop into the waters of my own body, because I feel like when the element of water, the entity of water, the energy of water is asking for attention, it's a big it's a big umbrella of where she could be asking us to look. And I think that every person has the ability to listen to her, and I think she has a different thing for each one of us to look at, right? And maybe some of us share some things during this time. So for me, I feel like she's wanting me to do two main things so far that I've really been feeling, which is one, go out into nature and do more water work, more gratitude offerings, more working and trying to cleanse and clear the energy of different places where water is running through by offering prayers of gratitude, by offering prayers of forgiveness, just by listening too. I think sometimes just listening can be such a healing experience, and the elements and the elemental energies and deities that live around us are no different in us, in the sense that they want to be heard and understood and seen and valued. And so finding a way that you can go out into nature and see, hear, and value her, see her values, see the way the creek is giving life to the forest around it, see the way that the earth is responding when the rain drops itself onto the earth. It's the beginning of spring, so it's a really beautiful time to go and see what the water is giving the world, and see the way that she I love too how even now when I say sea, right, it makes me think of the ocean, of the sea. And maybe if you live close to the ocean like I do, going to the ocean and giving her some prayers of gratitude and some offerings of love. The ocean to me is almost like the great spirit of water, in the sense that there's all these little pieces and offshoots of water and ways that we get to act and interact with her through the rain, through mist, through fog, through rivers, creeks, through plants, watering our garden, eating the plants, all these different things. And I feel like it all returns back home to the great big one, to the vast mother spirit of the ocean. So if you're nearby the ocean, being able to send her some prayers and some loves, in addition to working with our rivers and creeks and rain and plants that are carrying the water. And within that, remembering that we too are water carriers, that we are carrying the water. I think that as a woman, I really want to dive into the femininity of carrying water, but really every single human being is a bearer of water. Every single plant, every single animal, insect is a bearer of water, and we carry her stories and we carry her current state of being. And so working with our own blood and reprogramming the waters that live in our body, cleansing and clearing, actually just now as I'm speaking this, it's ringing really true for me too. Cleansing and clearing the waters in our bodies. and letting that be a mirror for cleansing and clearing the waters of the earth, right? Especially if you're somebody who doesn't have the ability or the access to make what you feel like is a powerful impact on what's happening with our water, or or even just you're not in a place where you can go out and easily connect with nature's natural source of water, because that is true for some of us. Knowing that the work that you do with your body, the water in your body, reprogramming your nervous system from fear and worry and stress into trust, into love, into knowing. And of course, this isn't something that we're all in a space to be able to do, because some of us are surviving. And if you are out there surviving, and I can't really, honestly, can't speak a lot on that, because I am blessed where I'm not in a state of survival at this time. So sending prayers for the parts of the world that are in a state of life or death, that are in a state of survival, where the waters are being so mistreated, the waters of people, of places, holy places, sacred places, like sending your prayers to those waters. And if you're in a place where you are able to clean up the way you eat, clean up the water that you drink, if possible, eating healthier is a great way to clean the water in your body and do your part on that, as well as meditating, breath work, trying to reprogram your nervous system so that the memory that it's giving you, because the memory that your water gives you is also what we give to others, in my perspective. So my nervous system, which is sitting in a bunch of water, so what I consider my waters, if my waters are feeling stressed, anxious, fearful, worried, when I interact with the world around me, there's this underlining vibration that I'm also giving. And we're human beings, so we're not going to be able to not stress, worry, or be anxious 24/7. But taking the time, even if you can, like every hour, taking 1 to 3 minutes, 1 to 5 minutes, to try to take your waters and slow down their current. So as your energy flows into other people, it's coming clean and grounded, right? So this is a way that we can work just with our own waters. That does have an immediate effect on the people around us, and therefore the world around us. A perfect example of this is looking into places. You open up your phone and you see disaster happening everywhere. But you'll notice amongst that disaster, chaos, there are always people who are holding down this unshakable knowing. And so tuning into that within yourself and finding your way to connect and do the work with the water and letting that flow from you. So that was a really big thing that was coming at me, that I'm now working with. I'm extremely lucky, especially in this I'm looking at my calendar, like for the next 3 or 4 days, minus a day or two, really the next 5 days, minus a day or two, I'm going to be able to start my day opening up a water portal, which there's lots of different ways to do this, but the way that I'm going to be doing it, and the way that has been weaved and given to me through my own practice and exploration, is going to be with a bath portal. And usually this involves working with 1 to 3 plant allies and bringing them into this and activating them. And when I say activating them, I mean like alchemizing them in many ways. Kind of like when you're walking down the street and you bump into somebody, or you walk past somebody, right? You're aware that they're there, they're aware that you're there, and you can have like a light interaction. But if you say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I was just in such a big hurry, I didn't mean to, and they say, oh, it's okay, I really don't mind, I totally get it, we've all been there, and you guys keep going. Now you have this a little more of an interaction, a little more understanding. Now imagine if we stopped and had a full conversation. Oh, why are you in a hurry? Oh, what is it in your life? What's at the root of being in this hurry? oh, how come you're so able to let this roll off your back? You know, we can have a conversation and help each other. Plants are just like that. So to me, when I open up a water portal, it gives me an opportunity to speak with an ally, a plant, a friend. Sometimes we can open up water portals to just connect with our own inner realms, the soul, the spirit that lives within, and have access to a lot of different frequencies that we can tune and dial into. And with the help of the water around us and the help of the water in us, we're able to, in sound and vibrations, and as we reprogram the water, we're able to tune into a different thing. But for me this week, really this whole month, I'm going to be using water portals in particular to interact with plants. And right now, in the energy of what's going on, I don't know if you guys know, but this is the Chinese year of the snake. And I actually don't tune in a lot to the Chinese zodiac. Every now and again I do. It's been just popping up to me everywhere, more so than it does on all the other years. And I think it's hilariously in alignment, because before I actually knew that we were in the year of the wooden snake, because I don't really focus on that a ton. It's just not in my culture and in my world a lot. So before I even knew that, I've been really tapping into the energy of snakes in general, and my friend got a snake, and I've been kind of wanting a snake, but didn't know how I felt about having something in a tank, and all these different things. But I had another friend who needed a spot for their snake to go while they're looking for a new space. And I said, I'll do it. And so now I have a snake living with me. And then once I said I'll do it, and like the action things started to get into motion, and that became like a real thing, I started to realize it was the year of the snake. That's when everything started popping up. People started telling me. I saw calendars, of course, the Instagram, the social medias, and so then I did some research, and I was like, wow. The year of the snake is what I've learned about it so far, and I think snakes in general, the medicine that they give us, I'm such in alignment with right now. So some of the fascinating things that I've been sitting with around that, this year being the year of the snake, also being a year that a lot of unique planetary alignments are happening. We're in the beginning of a new season astrologically on a really big grand scale, right? We're just in the very beginning diving in to a whole new age. And so I think with this, on a personal level and also on a really big earth level, and maybe even beyond that on a cosmic level, we're going through a snake year, a very much a shedding. We're going through a deep shedding, and we're also in the process of that. What I love about snakes is it's such a process, right? They start shedding, and as their new skin starts to reveal itself and the old skin starts to come off, it's not a black and white moment. It's a process, and I haven't gotten to witness this yet, but I've just, been researching and reading about it. And so for me, that's very relatable in my own personal life. I feel like last year and the year before and even the year before that were intense years of shedding, really painful at the very beginning. And I'm really feeling like this is a year where I am still shedding, right? Like I'm a big snake and I'm still shedding part of my skin, but the new skin is there. And doing my best to focus and like feel into that, and knowing that that is a strength, having this newness. I think that for me as a human being, whether it's for whatever reasons it is, I really like things comfortability. I really like things to remain the same, and I like predictability. At the same time, I am such a wild human, and so I often do things that push my comfortability a lot. So I'm decently used to feeling a little uncomfortable in certain areas of my life. But this year feels like a different kind of uncomfortable. It's like easier in some ways, but harder in others. It's like the very energy of which I am trying to be in a daily life is new, but there's still this other energy. It's not quite the same as pushing my boundaries with my business and hosting my first international retreat or opening up an office, or it's different. It's a different kind of new. It's an energetic new. It's a perspective new. It's a waking up every day with a different perspective of myself, of my world, of how I can interact within it, but still having this other perspective very available, the other one. And so now coming back into the snake, coming back, I know this is we're all over the place, so if you're still with me, awesome. Coming back into the snake, what I was learning is that while snakes are shedding, they're extremely vulnerable. And when their entire skin is old and right before they're about to start their shedding process, they're also extremely vulnerable. The older that their skin gets, the weaker they become, like in the wild, obviously. If you have a snake at home, they're so safe and cozy. But in the wild, the older that their skin becomes, the more quote unquote like comfortable. That's how I relate it to myself. Like, the more comfortable I am in life in certain areas, the older that skin gets, the weaker I become to my environment changing and to being able to adapt and being able to move quickly. And so snakes, when they start that shedding process, there's some deep, deep knowing that once that's gone, they're going to be working their way, slithering through the jungle way faster, way quicker. And so they're like ready to get the shedding done. So I felt like when the snake came into my life, and given that I've been getting very called by the water again and opening up portals within myself and speaking more to plants and getting more assistance, and then the snake comes back into my life, I really feel spirit coming through strong saying this is your time of new. Like, you've been shedding, it's been difficult, it's been making you feel really vulnerable. Like, I could almost cry right now because just like looking back at how vulnerable these last 3 years have really been for me, maybe even 4, extremely vulnerable as I was getting rid of so many ideas, beliefs, and understandings. A lot of them in relation to codependency, a lot of them in relation to love and what that really is and what that really looks like, and a lot of them in loving myself and what that really looks like, and trusting God and spirit in a new way within my own decisions, which was just so much shedding. And so it feels really good. It feels like spirit's like, hey, you're almost done with the shedding, and so much so that, and it's like in perfect timing, you're in perfect alignment, new beginnings are here, like you are ready, girl, to move and slither smoothly on your way through this jungle of life. And we're even gonna, I feel like spirit was like, I'm even gonna give you a friend to bring your focus into this knowing. And and so with the water and the snake and the shedding and diving within and exploring different parts and dimensions of myself through the water portal and different parts and dimensions of this world, I'm just feeling really excited. I'm feeling really excited, feeling really joyful. Not to say that worry, stress, anxiety, fear isn't still making its way through my body, because I have my moments, but the ability to focus in on that joy, that excitement, it's right there. And I wanted to make this video because I feel in myself how easy it is to connect with that old layer, especially since parts of it are still on. You know, I feel like I'm a really big snake, and my head and my upper body, it's like, we're going, this is good, the shedding is almost done. But then I like look at my tail every now and again, I'm like, ugh, man, that's feeling dangerous, it's feeling slow, it's feeling like, why are we still there, old skin? And then we're focusing, and then I'm looking at the old skin, and then I'm just like, don't. This is a video to remind us it's a natural process. It's gonna do its thing. Don't even look. Just be like a snake. Because snakes, I don't think they actually do that. I have no idea, but I have a feeling that they're not like, oh my goodness, look at my old skin. Ew, I'm freaking out. I'm just gonna hyper focus on that. Like, I don't think that they bite it off, lick it off. Like, they just keep moving and let the very act of moving forward take that old skin away. I don't know about in captivity. I don't even know if I'll be babysitting her long enough to experience her shedding, but I have a feeling that you don't really mess with them. I don't know this. I guess I could look it up on Google or ChatGPT. But I have a feeling that you don't really mess with them, and that they don't really mess with themselves, that they just allow themselves to keep moving forward. So I didn't want this video to go over 20 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up now. I guess the main part of what I wanted to say was that keep moving forward, focus on the things that are ahead, that bring you joy, that bring you happiness and creativity. I'm not saying to ignore what's happening in the world. I'm just saying when you start your day and you end your day, bring it back home to that place of focus, and trust in the water, and listen to the water, and work with the water. She's calling us so strongly right now. So yes, you guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much if you did check into this and tap into this. I'm really feeling called to do more shares, so I'll be doing more shares like this. And pretty soon, on March 20th, I'm going to be releasing a pre-recorded webinar situation. It's going to go over opening water portals at home, different ways that you can work with the water. It's going to have a couple guided meditations, a few breathwork sessions, some information like energetic update information. It's also going to have some really fun stuff for you to get down to business and become that alchemist at home, meaning I'm going to have some rituals in there and some recipes for different for the ritual. So I'll have some recipes in there for like tinctures, for some bath salts, body oils, things like that. So trying to think. I think that's it for now. So yeah, sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you next time.